shit like that's even still possible in 2018. I think it's 2018. It is.
It is.
All right, so everyone that's going to be joining the stream here in a second here, let me tweet it out. Let me go to Twitter.
Let me pull your stream up so I can watch along. I'm at a crispy 16%.
Nice.
Yeah, I know, right? I didn't realize the game started at 9 o'clock tonight, so I'll have I'll have till about 10 o'clock-ish to play.
It's not bad. Here, one sec, let me get the thing. Yeah, all the hockey games this year have been later than usual, too. I don't know why they're doing that. Here.
Who's up?
It's the Caps and the Golden Knights.
Yeah, who's up?
That's 1-1, sorry, tied. Yo, what's up, everyone? How's everyone doing? All right, guys. How dare you insult Telesto? Hey, to be fair, in the video, I said it was controversial. Okay? Okay? I knew it was going to be. All right. So let's go ahead and start this. Here, Jay-Z, talk for me real quick. Make sure they can hear you.
Talk for me real quick.
Yeah, it's working. Awesome. Well, welcome to The Last Word. Sorry, I changed some settings. I wanted to make sure that was good. Weekly news recap, discussion-based show thing that me and Jay-Z Basketball do.
Sup?
Woot woot. And I didn't expect this, but as you guys can see on screen right there, they're starting to tease year 2 here, guys. Definitely based on the Reef. Definitely, I would not be surprised if it's a Fallen-based thing. A lot of stuff. So let's see what they say here. This week at Bungie, we're preparing for the future. I like it. They talk about how on the development roadmap, it always says more yet to be revealed. The time for that reveal has come. Here's your host with the details for our next really big show. And it's Deej. She's finally talking to us again. Thanks, Deej. We'd like to invite you to catch a glimpse of what we have planned for the second year of Destiny 2. We have some big ideas for how we're going to transform your Guardian lifestyle and reinforce your hobby as an interplanetary hero. We'll tell you all about it and we'll do it live. You'll hear from many members of our development team who will set some big goals for September in their own words. We'll explore deeper into new territory with Steve Cotton and Scott Taylor, two faces that you might recognize from previous reveals. We will respond to a bunch of community feedback and unveil some other things you haven't even been looking forward to yet. We'll top it all off with a look at the new roadmap and some exciting new promises for everyone. Damn, that's some big promises. I like it. I like it. What do we think, guys?
I think that it's good that they're promising things rather than saying we're looking into it or we want to do this. So that means they're going to happen, or there's going to be a lot of outrage about it. So yeah, good thing. Good things.
Just to show everyone in chat, this is on Tuesday. Did they give a time? I didn't see it there. Oh, 9 a.m. Pacific, so noon Eastern on next Tuesday. And I would just like to point out, if you look at this font, this is not a font that we know in Destiny. Like, generally, like, the 9 have their own kind of, like, thematic font. Same thing with the Fallen and the Cabal and stuff. This is new, which is very interesting to me. They're hyping something up. It's very, very interesting. I'm pretty excited about that. They talk about the Vicarious Visions Bungie bounty they did. Woot woot. Here we go. Faction rallies, big stuff. So each of the different factions have been kind of rebranded this time around. Dead Orbit has much more white. It actually looks really, really nice. Future War Cult looks like they eliminated the red color altogether, which is awesome because blue, black, and gold and white look way better together. And then I actually don't like New Monarchies. It's kind of like a weird old lady dress pattern. I don't really know how else to describe that. It's kind of gross. We'll take a look at.
It's gonna be tough to beat the New Monarchy Diamonds shader. That one was classic.
Absolutely. Well, looking at the armor here, I don't want to get into too many spoilers yet. They show us all the loot, it looks like, so I'm pretty excited. So we'll take a look at that in a second. But let's go ahead and read what they're saying. So back in March, the seasons team discussed their overall goals for Faction Rally. Today, we will revisit these goals and outline the changes that have been made to achieve them. Pledging to a faction should be a meaningful choice. Players may now only pledge to one faction per account. Oh, Jesus Christ.
What?
Reputation progress is retained through multiple events, and it will not be reset during the season, even if a player changes allegiance. Each faction offers unique rewards such as exotic armor, ornaments, or masterwork catalysts for exotic weapons. We are planning to host 3 faction rallies events over this course of Season 3, meaning if you want all of the catalysts, if you want all of the ornaments, you have to pledge to a different faction every single time. Super interesting. Of course, we know that the 3 catalysts are going to be the Graviton Lance, which I believe is Dead Orbit, the Sunshot, which is New Monarchy, I think, and oh no, it says down here actually Future War Cult is the Sunshot, and then the Sweet Business is New Monarchy, and then Dead Orbit will also have an ornament for Eye of Another World, which is Dead Orbit themed, really cool. New Monarchy has the Crest of Alphalupi, which just looks freaking gorgeous right here, might I add. Like, goodness gracious. And then Future War Cult has the Knucklehead Radar, and it's the Knucklehead Radar, and it's Future War Cult. I think Bungie at this point is just making a meme out of just giving them the worst stuff. Like, I'm convinced. They also said seasonal vendor progression. Each faction now features ranks, which players can reach by earning faction tokens. That's pretty smart. Faction rank up rewards will continue to grant legendary armor and weapons past rank 30. So they are removing the soft cap. If you guys, I don't think they're going to explain it here. Actually, they might explain it here. But through data mining, we found out that you will be able to get the ornaments and the catalyst. It appears after rank 50. So if you want to get all of the rewards from every faction, you have to pledge to a different one every time, and you have to put in enough time to get to rank 50 on all of them, which is very interesting. Yeah, let's see. Savage Sadist in chat. I swear to God, the new Monarchy one looks exactly like a rug my grandmother owns. That's what I said, okay? That's awesome. Can they bring back the faction system from Destiny 1? Yeah, well, we'll get into more into that in a second. So, Jay-Z, do you like that they're forcing each of your weak decisions to be super important? Do you like that it's kind of locking people out like that, or what do you think?
So it adds it adds a layer to the game where you have to play the faction rally. So I understand why they're doing it. Do I necessarily like it? No, because I wanted to grind out all 3 of them.
The first week.
2. Yeah, right. Or at least 2 of them. Like definitely the Graviton Lance. I don't understand like why they're doing this, because who is not going to pick Dead Orbit first with that Graviton Lance one? Like, honestly.
Yeah.
Like everybody wants that catalyst and everybody wants to use that weapon. So it's a weird choice that they did it that way. But I mean, I understand, because like now you're playing all 3 events regardless, because even as a collector, even if I don't necessarily want the Sweet Business one, or want to use the Sweet Business, I want to get that catalyst. So it's going to force me to, on the 3rd event, to pick that faction. So.
Exactly. And it's like, oh man, that's really intense. I'm really interested. We can actually go ahead and take a look at some of the ornaments. So for Dead Orbit, and if you guys don't know, I think Cal in chat actually mentioned this, but they did this really cheeky thing where each faction gets a new emblem, but it's like a reference to the amount they've won. So like Dead Orbit is like once a winner or twice a winner. I forget how many times they've won. New Monarchy is like 4 times the legend, or I forget exactly what it is. And then this Future War Cult like 0 times 1. It's just so funny. Like, it's just like funny little pictures like that. But you can see they are, I think, are they all getting 2 weapons? Each faction appears to be getting 2 weapons, a brand new ship, and full ornament sets for all 3. And the Dead Orbit actually doesn't look bad at all. This actually looks really quite nice. I like the color scheme there. New Monarchy looks really awesome again, unfortunately, except for that helmet. That looks kind of dumb, but and then Future War Cult, it's actually kind of hard to tell, but hopefully they look all right. But yeah, so there's actually more stuff down here. I didn't see it. I believe there's a question in chat that someone said. The ornaments are probably season exclusive. Absolutely. I bet they are. And then Forcer says the pattern for New Monarchy is actually based off of a Grease design that means loyalty and leader. How do you know that? Who knows that? That's really cool. Good tidbit, but what are you doing, Forcer? You must read a lot. Here we go. Faction Rally should provide a unique gameplay experience and not simply be a reward layer on top of the existing game. Thank you. I believe in that 100%. Additionally, these events should build interest in lost sectors and armor ornament objectives. Faction rallies now feature the renown system. After pledging to a faction, players may now earn renown by completing a public event or patrol or by defeating high-value targets on destinations. Players who loot a lost sector with renown active will receive significantly more faction tokens than usual. The more stacks of renown they have, the more faction tokens they can earn. Renown is lost when players are defeated by enemies, so be careful when you're attempting to do a lost sector with high renown. That's really cool too.
Interesting.
And that stops you from farming. That is so smart, because the fastest way, both the church in the in Trostland and the rig one, I forget exactly what it's called, but the way you reset the lost sector, you got to the end, you killed yourself, and it spawned you outside of the instance at the very beginning. They are doing this so you no longer can do that, while adding another, like, you have to be careful. It almost helps to run in groups of people, clear out lost sectors. That's a really intelligent move on Bungie's part. Absolutely. That's very calculated. That's really sick. Renown increases the level of challenge and gameplay. Health regeneration is vastly reduced at all stack levels. Enemy kills have a chance to drop health orbs, all stack levels. Player damage is decreased, scales with stack up to 5. Incoming damage is increased, scales with stack up to 5. While Renown is active on a player, others around them can see what faction the player is pledged to. And it's really awesome, Jay-Z. If you give chat or the video a second to catch up, you actually get these auras based on your
over their
faction.
face.
I think that's on your back, actually.
Oh, okay.
But,
yeah, that is their back. Never mind. But the Future Warcraft one's like doing. Remember that helmet in Destiny 1 where it like scrolled across it? That kind of reminds me of that.
That's so sick, right there.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I like that.
Really cool. Let's see here. Let me just finish reading through this and we'll go through community feedback here. Note, Renown displays which faction a Guardian is pledged to, but only from a third-person view. This functionality applies to all players. Faction rallies will continue to feature a winner's offering to the faction that earned the most rank packages during a given event. Dead Orbit is going to win all three, calling it. These rewards will then be available in the rank up reward pool in the following event. During seasons 1 and 2, New Monarchy dominated the charts. We're eager to see if whether Dead Orbit or Future War Cult can rack up some wins. Okay, so we get a Hawthorne style shotgun for Dead Orbit. That's all right. I mean, Hawthorne's is pretty much the Hawthorns, right? We get a Suros rocket launcher for New Monarchy. That sucks. No one cares. And then we get an Omlong sidearm for Future War Cult, and that's the only weapon out of this entire thing I know the perks of, because that right there, chat, is a last hope with kill clip, and that is disgusting. I don't even want to think about the time to kill on that. So they gave Future War Cult like 0 rewards. They gave them an ornament for arguably the worst hunter exotic in the game. They gave him a catalyst for what did we decide? The Sunshot, right? The Sunshot, which is that's mediocre.
The second best out of the 3, I think.
And then
I like the Sunshot. I enjoy it.
Yeah, no, it's a good weapon. I think Graviton's gonna dominate.
Oh yeah.
And then, but look at that sidearm. Jesus Christ, that's gonna be disgusting.
Well, I'll get it Faction Rally 2. So that's why I'm going that one on Faction Rally 2.
Faction rallies will start next Tuesday at 10 a.m. Pacific through the following weekly reset. So hopefully the year 2 reveal will be wrapping up or done by then. We will continue to collect feedback once Faction Rallies is live and monitor the conversation. So I love these changes. The things that I really love, aesthetic things like the auras and stuff, because where a lot of people see like a waste of time in development, I personally see confidence in what they've done. They're trying to flesh it out. They think they really hit it on the head. And so they've spent a little bit of time fleshing out and doing like fun little things that don't necessarily matter, like adding aura if you do have Renown. And I think that is fantastic. That's really cool. I'm very interested to find out the new fastest way to farm. It's technically going to have to be like the shortest lost sector, or the lost sector that you can just run in circles the quickest amount of time, but with the least amount of like environmental hazards. Because if like exploding barrels respawn in every time, you got to think that's a pretty big hazard, right? I mean, this is a fantastic change. That's all around just a beautiful change. Let's see what people think. There's a lot of chatter going on. Arlo says the new monarchy ornaments are the only non-reskin. Really? No. This is definitely a reskin right here. This is the exact same as their armor set. I mean, you can look right here. The helmet for the Titan is a little bit different. Hunter helmet's the exact same. Hunter class items the exact same. Hunter chest is the exact same. Arms, boots. Everything's the exact same, guys. They just it's definitely reskin. I don't know why the Titan helmet looks so much different, but everything else, if you look here, is definitely a quote-unquote reskin. Dead Orbit definitely is too. I hope they do something with that stupid scaffolding on the Warlock's head. There's no reason for that to be there. It doesn't make sense.
It's so ugly.
Yeah, Future War Cult's definitely reskin too, but they're all reskins. Like I said, this is definitely the same new Monarchy armor set. Maybe they're looking at the Alpha Loopy and thinking it's not. That's an exotic, though. I don't know. Savage, Sadist in chat. Graviton Lance, Masterwork equals Dead Orbit wins. Yeah. Let's see. This is what they should have done for the Iron Banner emote. Something like that. Yeah, like rank 50. Absolutely agree. In theory, it should be Dead Orbit easy win for the first, and it depends on if the people prefer Sunshot or Sweet Business for which armor set they prefer. What's really interesting to me is they're kind of locking... It's something they've always done. They lock some of the rewards away. So, like, Future War Cult never won last time, right? These rewards will then...
No, I don't think they did.
They've never won any. One sec, let me reread this. Faction rallies will continue to feature a winner's offering to the faction that earn the most rank up packages during a given event. These rewards will then be available in the rank up reward pool on the following event. So all three. So it sounds like each of the 3 times they are there, they will feature a new reward. So that I just misinterpreted that. But for the first one, so if Future War Cult does not win this time and we don't get the sidearm, we'll get it in like a month whenever it's back, and it'll just be part of the drop pool.
That won't be too bad because then that's the one I'm farming anyway, so that'll be right in the loot pool.
Exactly. Sai in chat, Renown seems awesome, a great way of making patrolling a lot more exciting. This is something I'm really excited about because for years people have been tossing around the idea of a heroic version of patrol, a harder version, and essentially you can do it yourself now. And it's got real stakes. Like in patrol, I must kill myself every 3 seconds just for the hell of it, you know? But making it so if I want to efficiently farm, I can't die, that's really smart. That's a mechanic that A, Bungie's never used before, gets rid of, B, gets rid of any previously farmable tactics, and C, will make the game a lot more interesting, which is really cool. Let's see, what else is everyone else saying? The Forcer. The faction emotes are in a bundle. Look at the database. So they... Oh, okay. I really hope that's not true. If it is true, I hope Bungie learns from the feedback of the Iron Banner emote. And if they still put it in Eververse, it better not be $30 to get all 3 of them. That would be ridiculous. I hope they don't put them in there. I hope they see the feedback. But if they do put them in there and make a bad decision like that, they better not be $10 a piece. Like, that would be ridiculous. I don't know. I guess we'll see. What do you think, Jay-Z? I think, once again, like, it comes down to, does it really matter at the end of the day that they're doing...
I mean, it doesn't because you don't have to buy it, and it's a cosmetic thing, basically. Like an emote is pretty much... So, it matters if they told us what the funding was going to, instead of just saying it's going to new content, it would make it easier, like an easier buy. I don't know.
It irritates me.
I'm not gonna buy it, like, unless there's something like amazing. But like, then I hate still spending money on something that, yeah, it's gonna be in my emote slot, but is that really a big deal? Like,
yeah, no, I 100% agree. I never got the deal with Fortnite and doing that and stuff. It really just bugs me because they have so many exotic emotes that they could have done that so easily with and just traded them. Don't give us any exotic emotes this season. Say, oh, every one of the exotic emotes is actually behind different different endgame activities. There's an Iron Banner emote. There's faction emotes. Awesome. And the raid, Callus, right? I mean, and then be like, oh, plus we spent a little bit extra time and made these other emotes, like popcorn. Yeah, they're $5 a piece. Come get one. That they could have done that so easily. I don't know why they didn't. And with the raid emote, they put the raid emote in the raid. They had to know that there was going to be some clashback with that. It boggles my mind, man. I get it. I think the Iron Banner emote's a little bit more of a big deal than the factions. The factions have always been kind of like a side thing in Destiny, and Iron Banner's always been like an endgame thing. But this can't become commonplace. I'm fine with exotic emotes. I'm not fine with endgame themed exotic emotes. That is crossing a line, in my opinion. And,
yeah. So what if they do what they did in Destiny 1, where, you know, I think they did in three seasons a year last in Destiny 1, but I think they're doing 4 in Destiny 2. But they made the emotes available the next season, or basically the next update, you know, in the loot pool, basically.
Yeah. If they do that, I'll feel a lot better about it.
Because then you can be one of the first to get it, and you're one of the like few people that actually have it, and then everybody has a chance to get it the next, you know, following thing.
Yeah.
And so that makes way more sense in my opinion. But
yeah, I agree with that. That'd be cool. I don't know. And like Ethan says in chat, Sai explained this too in my video. I highlighted it. It's an awesome point. It really is, and it helps you understand. He says, the problem is that doing stuff like that doesn't make money. Paywalls on cool cosmetics is profitable, and they are doing a business. And I get it. I get it, you know? But the gamer inside of me just hates that. I hate that so much.
Well,
like,
I don't think it would be as big of a deal if they didn't already have so much clapback from, you know, previous previous seasons with stuff like that. So like it'd be a little bit easier to swallow if there wasn't already like a lot of ill will towards Bungie with, and this is only gonna, the people that aren't playing the game and hating on the game, this is only going to fuel them more, in my opinion. But hopefully it doesn't. We'll see.
Right. I agree. Hopefully they learned something from the Iron Banner remote. I mean, that was a pretty big discussion. Hopefully they do. The next thing moving on is with the Crucible Labs. I did a whole live stream with this yesterday. It was huge. It was awesome. Had a fantastic, or on Tuesday. Oh, maybe it was yesterday. I don't remember. Anyways, they say yesterday Crucible Labs became available with its first featured game mode. We've gotten quite a few questions on how the mode works, where to leave feedback, and what to expect moving forward. Derek Carroll has some answers. He says, the game type we are testing in this Crucible Lab is Showdown, a 4v4 team that might feel a bit familiar to those of you who play doubles. Anyways, the rules are simple. Take out the enemy as many times as you can within the time limit to win each round. Best 3 out of 5 wins. If the game is tied 2-2 after 4 rounds, you will play a final showdown that's pure elimination to crown the victor. Crucible Labs is a work in progress, and we are learning as we go. We expect this lab to be available into the next weekly reset on June 5th, but if something goes truly sideways, we might have to end the test earlier. We are deliberately starting labs off simple, not just to test Showdown, but the labs process itself, which so many people were asking me about that and saying, like, this is the best Bungie could do. They're launching a test server, and it's a game mode that we've already had, but bigger. And this was my answer. If you have something that is mechanically like this, that is separate from the rest of the game, you're gonna want to test it out. I would not worry. Bungie's not going to put the resources into making something like Crucible Labs if they don't have a crap ton of ideas ready to go, right? There's so many game modes I guarantee they've already worked on, they have ready to ship, and they're just waiting to test them, but they wanted something easy to do first, Showdown, and it was a lot of fun.
So like, most of your AAA titles have something like this, like, mostly on PC, but like, it's a good thing. It's something where the community can go in and test it for them, because we're gonna find, as gamers, we're gonna find more stuff than the developers find every time. Like, we find the glitches, we find all the, you know, the areas that you're not supposed to get into, you know, or the in the modes, like any of exploits that you can find. So get those out of the way now from gamers, instead of, and then like when you actually release the mode, then it's right compared to, well, we're fixing it on the fly.
Yeah.
I'm completely okay with that. Like, Now, then it gives you more to do. Like if you don't feel like playing normal Crucible, jump in the lab. Like if you're a Crucible player,
and I don't know if you've played any of it, Jay-Z. It's actually it's a lot of fun. And this is one of those things here. I'll pull up my Twitter right now. And this is why I love Bungie, because they're very vocal. And I actually, they actually responded to me on Twitter, but I tagged all of them. And I'll read what I put. Spammy. Okay, so here, if I can show the thread. So I said, I tagged all of them. Me and my subs are loving the new Showdown mode. The only thing lacking seems to be the missing incentive to play Crucible Labs playlist in general. Because for those of you who don't know, it doesn't count for Valor, doesn't count for Glory, and there are 0 loot drops. You don't get blues, you don't get purples, you don't get tokens, nothing. You were literally just there to test out a game mode. And so I said something like a lab coat, armor set, or emblems would be awesome. I get why you wouldn't have these, or you wouldn't want these modes to count towards Valor or Glory, but some incentive would go a huge way to gather feedback and to get people excited. It's definitely more work, but my audience thinks it would be well worth it. We discussed that during the live stream yesterday. And I think anything where you can get more people excited to play something will inherently gather more feedback. And I went on to say, heck, you could even make a lab coat chest piece, a goggle helmet item, which is really awesome, and even a Bill Nye themed bow tie for class items. And Derek Carroll, he said, we didn't add extrinsic rewards to labs this time, which is very important to focus on, to keep the focus on the gameplay. Glad you enjoyed it. So they definitely hear everything. I'm sure I'm not the only person to tweet at them about that. And by the way, if you're not following me on Twitter, go do that, because you help Bungie see stuff like that. Anyways, I get what they were doing. This time with the Crucible Labs was a very, very basic, will this work? Does this system, did we implement it correctly? And I respect that a lot. It's pretty nice. They say, we are interested in any and all feedback you may have to offer, but the most obvious things we would like to hear are, what did you think about the mode? Was anything confusing? Did anything seem missing? Was there a map that played better or worse? Were there spawning issues? Were the rounds too short or too long? Was there a weapon or other sandbox combination that affected the game in a negative way? If you guys have not played the Crucible Labs, go jump in a couple rounds. You know, you can listen to your favorite content creators or least favorite content creators talk about it, but it's a fun mode. Go get a group of friends. I'm forcing Jay-Z to go in there later this week. He will go in there. No exceptions. I'll be like, hey Jay-Z, let's play Trials. Got him, and then go into Showdown or something. But I don't know, it's a lot of fun. Test it out. It's an awesome system. I'm excited because I want a Relic game mode in Destiny 2. So hopefully that'll be an amazing way to test that. That'd be crazy. And yeah, okay. And then, I guess we got new Escalation Protocol stuff too. Escalation Protocol has been a hot topic since the release of Warmind. And we've been tracking feedback ranging from difficulty to fireteam size. They're actually making changes, which is really interesting because they were pretty adamant that they weren't. So Jacob Benton and Ben Womack said, the moment this weekly update goes live, the power levels for Escalation Protocol enemies will be lowered in waves 4 through 7. Waves 1 through 3 are unchanged and will remain at 370 power. Players who have stayed on Mars since before the update will need to return to orbit, blah, blah, blah. So the old values... interesting. So instead of the last two, wave 6 and wave 7, so the boss and the one before the boss, they have been at 400 light. They're the highest light activities in the game. They're actually dropping them to 385. Very interesting. I don't know how I feel about that, because even this week, like, we 6-man the boss easily. Yeah, and
that was with a weaker 6th player too. Like if we had a legit 6, like we could have easily like farmed that, and with 9 we could have farmed it really fast. So
right.
Yeah.
I don't know if I like this change. I mean, it's not necessarily a bad change. I guess since Spire of Stars is still so difficult, I don't need a bunch of eye-bleedingly difficult activities.
Well, it'll make it so we can just pull our raid team right from the raid to that if we need to, or whatever. Like we won't have to get 9 people just to pass some of the bosses.
That's a really good point here. Give me a second. Okay, so really, that's a really good point. And if we 6-man this boss, 15 lights under level, 15, 20, we'll be able to do it with 6 on all bosses. That's crazy. He says, note, to avoid matching into an area that's been running since before the change, that doesn't matter, how we are making this change. Normally, changing enemy power levels requires a patch, but during development, we created unique server flags which can flip between 2 sets of power levels for all Escalation Protocol enemies. These were created in the wake of the Community Summit when we decided to make the activity even more difficult. The flags don't require any download from you to flip, which is how we can enact this change so quickly. So it's really interesting. So we're actually going back to the difficulty that they suggested that they had before, like Dado and all the hardcore people were like, make this hard. So that's really interesting.
Well, that's what they balanced it for, to be honest with you. Like,
yeah.
So it's like it's not balanced to what they originally intended it to be. So well, yeah, like we'll see how smoothly it goes. I'm sure it will. It won't be too big of a deal, but we'll actually be able to farm it now, like more efficiently.
Right.
That's what I'm looking for, because the drop rates are so low as it is. Like. Like getting to farm something where we want the weapons and stuff like that is going to be better.
Yeah,
you only get 1 key per week anyway, so there's that.
Yeah, I don't know. I hope everything doesn't go too overly simple, but this isn't too drastic. I'll wait to play it to see. I just don't want it to. I think the difficulty is part of the fun, and I guess we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I would say that, but like it's also part of the frustration when you don't have competent members of your team.
Fair. Yeah, we'll just have to play it. We'll see. Reasons for this change. We've been looking at our internal data while listening to all your feedback about EP since the launch of Warmind. Reading these stats, not as many players are attempting Escalation Protocol with a fire team of 3 as our designs intended, mostly because of how difficulty Wave 6 and 7 are. Tweaking the difficulty of Wave 6 and 7 very quickly through power level changes is something we can do right away because of the server flags mentioned above, rather than waiting on a number of weeks to deliver a patch. By reducing the power levels of the latter waves, we are intending to make EP more approachable for players who want to try the activity at 385 as a fire team of 3 with potential help from others in the world. Getting 9 players into the same space will still be possible, but for those at or close to maximum light level, it shouldn't feel as necessary as before. If anyone is worried that we're nerfing this activity into the ground, rest assured that it will still be highly difficult endgame experience. All the mechanics, timers, and behaviors will remain unchanged, so you should still plan to bring your best team, gear, and strategies to succeed. I'm glad that they addressed my concern right there. It's still going to be highly difficult endgame experience. Good.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Okay, well, going forward, tomorrow, issue 2 of the Warmind digital comic will become available. It's from the guy who writes Doctor Strange. Pretty cool. Yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. I like the lore, so that'll be interesting. Let's see, any known things that we didn't know about? Oh yeah. If you guys want the DFA, do not farm it this week, okay?
Nope.
We have identified.
We found that out in the middle of a farm last night.
So any strikes that are Vanilla Destiny 2 or Curse of Osiris currently are not dropping Nightfall unique rewards. So don't waste your time. I find that pretty funny, but oh, what's this? Another step on the roadmap has been executed, and we have much more in store through the coming months. If you want to make sure you don't miss a beat, subscribe for updates via email on Bungie.net. When you invite us to keep in touch, it gives us a chance to send you communications that are tailored to your specific playstyle. You will also earn an emblem that will only be displayed by the well-informed. There you go. So if you want that emblem, I don't know what it's supposed to be, but validate your email on Bungie.net. Bam. and you get yourself a cool email. Or, well, yeah, and emote. You will get yourself a cool email, though. Yeah, man. Okay. A lot of awesome stuff. This was really full. They didn't pump this up as much as I expected them to. I mean, we got Escalation Protocol changes, Year 2 reveal announcement, faction rally stuff, and Crucible app. Like, there's a lot of information in this. Next week's going to be a good week, guys. I'm so excited for that. I'm so excited. Alrighty then. All right. I don't know where to go from here. Jay-Z, predictions for the Year 2 reveal. What do you think?
Well, I'm guessing they'll probably show either some kind of. I don't think they're gonna show the new mode that they talked about. Like, that's never happened, and I think that's gonna wait till the DLC drops.
Oh, I think personally they'll show that off at E3.
You think so?
Yeah.
To get people to come back?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, no, that makes sense. I think they're gonna show some of the cutscenes for the story, for the upcoming. Not like anything major, or they'll create a cutscene for it.
Okay.
Or a trailer.
July, August, September.
We're only like 3 months away from it.
Oh my God, you're right. We could get a trailer, or at least a teaser trailer.
Yeah. Or just like what they plan on, like 4 new Crucible maps, new story, you know, stuff like they like to do to show players what they can progress towards in the next upcoming thing. I don't think they're going to show too much because it's, even though it's probably close to wrapping up anyways, because I mean you're 3 months out, so you should be decently close to wrapping up. But like maybe their roadmap for that DLC, because they're really good at doing roadmaps lately.
Or at least let us know if they plan on doing 2 additional peripheral DLCs as well. In addition to September, like December, and this is for the entirety of year 2. So maybe we won't get anything DLC specific per se. I think that'll be saved for E3. But absolutely, if we are getting 3 DLCs in year 2, or 4, 3. I don't know how it works, like the September to September. We'll just say 3. Christmas, spring, September. They'll tell us here, probably. Yeah, man. I'm excited. I just want it to be freaking Tuesday.
Stuff coming around the corner.
Yeah.
Especially since like I'm starting to, you know, get back into the game hardcore like old days. So
yeah,
that feels good too.
I just like it's so nice to feel like there's too many things to do and not enough time. Like, do we run all 9 raids? Do we farm Prestige Nightfalls to get catalysts? Do we farm Crucible for stuff? Like, it's just like, oh, it's so nice. Good job, Bungie. Yeah. Good job, you know? Let's see. Wolfie in chat says, Skarrow, please, I think they should make an Iron Banner emote for Iron Banner, only Iron Banner loot pool, next to not as much to cover Crucible Labs and faction only. I have no idea what you're saying. Maybe, I think an additional Iron Banner emote, but only for the Iron Banner loot pool, maybe? That's not a bad idea.
Yeah, so the ship and the Sparrow are pretty low drop chance. So have the emote maybe like even a lower drop chance. Give something like it's something to farm for people that really want that emote.
Yeah.
Or, you know, that type of thing.
And if you just want to buy it, you can buy it. Maybe. Yeah. I don't know. I don't like that microtransactions are a thing, but I think low key it's probably a good thing that they're a thing at the end of the day. But I'm not really sure. Arlo, Skarrow, can you stream the year 2 reveal? So I would actually have to have permission from Activision to do that, and I don't see any way in hell I'm gonna do that. I'll reach out, I'll see. I don't even know if my computer could handle that, to be honest. Maybe. I'm only using 6% of my CPU right now, so maybe that's a possibility. We'll see if that's a thing. I wouldn't plan on it. If I'll keep you guys updated on Twitter. Regardless, I will be doing a recap though, because that's super important, and that's something I will definitely do. Yeah, I don't know, man. Anything else?
And we'll talk about it on here too.
Yeah, absolutely. It's only 2 days ago, and if we need to, we'll have an early episode if possible. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Yeah. Anything else, JC? Any
not that I can think of. I think they gave enough information for us to digest for a week now.
Good job, Bungie. They've been knocking out of the park. There's so much content. I love it. I can't wait. I'm actually super excited for faction rallies and to find out like the fastest farm routes and stuff. Yeah, I think that is going to be it. So everything they mentioned here happens on Tuesday. We get the reveal at 12 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock Pacific on Tuesday. That's in the morning. And then an hour later at Reset, we will get faction rallies, the EP changes, and anything else if they mentioned. What's in the roadmap here? Oh, no, we already got it. That was that week. This was this Tuesday. Okay, yeah, that's everything we get. But I think that's going to end the episode. So thank each and every one of you. We've had a lot of people in here really hyped up. That's freaking awesome. Thanks, guys. The discussion is the biggest part of these, and I always really enjoy it. I hope you guys are pumped for it. If you're catching the kind of archived version of this while we're not live, let me know what you think down in the comment section below. But yeah, that's going to be it. So go follow me on Twitter to keep up to date with all my new videos, live streams, and other important Bungie news. And yeah, Jay-Z, go and do your thing, man.
Jay-Z Basketball 25 on Twitter.
There we go. Alrighty, so you guys have a fantastic night. I'm sure we'll have all sorts of crazy stuff to talk about in the next couple of days. And next Tuesday, get ready for Year 2 reveal. But yeah, until then, we'll catch you next time.
Peace.